Well, hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and me, Banshee, and this is me, Banshee, for my Material Matters segment, your weekly tarot keys to success in business, education, and finance. Welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you've all had a good week or recovered from last week. Seems as though we had a lot of, it seemed like everybody's cards last week had conflict with other people in one way or another. It's possible the earth signs were the only ones who were able to escape that. So, hoping this week will be better for us. Let's see what the cards hold. Get the show on the road by starting with a card for the collective. And I'll give it one more shuffle here. I should say cards for the collective because till the end of this month I am using the Seed and Sickle Oracle. This is the Dusk guidebook. There are two guidebooks. We draw two cards, a Dawn card and a Dusk card. And it's by Fez Inkwright. Did I cut them? I don't remember. So I'm going to give them another cut. It will not hurt. All right. Well, we got the Dawn card right away. We look for an upright card for the Dawn card, and it is the Elder. That's a really cool card. The Elder. That will be our Dawn card. Let's see what the Dusk card will be. It's something we're familiar with as spring unfolds. It's the Dandelion. I'll just turn that up right side up for you to see it. The Dandelion card, which is number 33. And this card, I believe, is in the 30s also. 34. Wow, cards that follow each other. All right. Well, let's see what that means. But it's in one book or the other. So number 34 is first, the Elder, the Dawn card. What's really part of our, our world, our awake world, our everyday life. So what does Elder mean? The Elder is a tree beloved by mischievous magic and inhabited by pixies and ghosts around the world. Stopping beneath it for too long may lull you into a deep and gripping sleep. Drawing this card is a warning. You may soon be tempted to slow down and take things easier, but doing so may mean you miss some key opportunities. Whatever awaits to lure you away from your goal, don't let it distract your focus. So the problem is, it sounds like we might be getting into a little bit of a lethargy, and it's saying this may not be the right time for that. Be aware and make sure you keep your focus on your goals. Don't let other things distract you. And let's see what the Dusk card can add to that. It's number 33, Dandelion. All that hard work to bloom is over. Things have finally settled down, and you've just about caught your breath. But fate has a different plan for you. There's an unexpected wind on the horizon, waiting to sweep you up and upend everything you put in place. The urge may arise to fight it, But how about surrendering to chaos for once and letting it blow you onto a different path? You might find that things look even clearer upside down. Oh, that's really interesting because on the one hand, it's saying keep your focus on your goal. On the other hand, it's saying that something might upend that goal. So I guess you have to decide, are you going to go against the tide where things are sweeping you and stick with the focus of your goal? Or are you going to go with the flow and move on to something else? I guess you're going to have to decide here. They're really different. They're almost like polar opposite cards in a way, so it's kind of interesting. I guess you really have a choice, stay the course or, and not let anything interfere, or let those things interfere and take you where they need to. All right, interesting. It's the best I can tell you about this one for the week ahead. Good luck with that. All right. Well, let's look at some astrology in the next week, or what's going on. Some interesting stuff. Of course, this reading is good from March 27th through April 2nd. The moon will be traveling from Aquarius into Aries Taurus by April 2nd. Mercury is going into Aries on March 27th. I like that. The new moon is in, this is no joke, seriously, no April Fool's joke. The new moon is in Aries on April 1st. And April Fool's Day, of course, is April 1st. Also, Ramadan begins at sundown on April 2nd. So that's what's happening. All right. It's Aries season. And gee, I guess this is the start of Banshee's birthday season on April 1st. Woohoo! All right. Okay. So let's move on. Shameless self-promotion there. Let's move on to our readings for the signs of the zodiac. Okay. Our air signs are up first: Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This reading is for you for a month ahead. Okay, air signs. Let's see if you can whip up some cash, whip up some profits, whip up some business, whip up a new job. Let's see what's out there. Ooh, hey, air signs. Your focus for the week ahead is a good card for the Material Matters show, the Queen of Wands. For all of you out there that are trying to impress others, with presentations, proposals, demonstrations, dissertation, defenses. This is a time where you will attract attention, positive attention. People are drawn to you. You seem to be able to, speak eloquently. You look fabulous, and people are picking up the enthusiasm and the energy that you are bringing to goals and projects. What a great start. I like the Queen of Wands. She's very Aries-like. How best can you prepare for that focus, though? Well, we've got another wand. We've got the Knight of Wands, air signs. The Knight of Wands is reversed. So I'd be careful this week in, perhaps being too reckless, perhaps being too careless in the way you do things. Remember, you can shine this week. The spotlight is going to be on you, so to speak. So make sure you're really putting your best foot forward. Don't rush through things. Take your time. Make sure, you have everything together before you start. And also, let's just say too, sometimes when I see this Knight, I think of somebody who's just not feeling it, just not feeling the the motivation. Well, I can't imagine that when you are exhibiting the energy of the Queen of Wands this week. But don't let anything, don't let anything kind of burst your balloon, and make you feel like you just can't pull off that presentation, can't do the interview for the job. You've got it together. You do. What about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, I think people might be into their own self-interests this week. So you've got to be a little bit careful in your dealings with others. I'm thinking in terms of those maybe in the investment realm or with any contracts you sign, any negotiations, perhaps with real estate matters. People are really, hey, they're kind of slanting things to their best interest, not yours. So make sure you look everything over and see that everything is on the up and up. And will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Well, I'm looking at this card, the Eight of Wands is reversed here, and I'm kind of getting the feeling, I'm hoping it's not, people around you that take the wind out of your sails. What I do think is happening here, though, is that you're expending a lot of energy, showcasing your talents this week. And by week's end, you might feel really burnt out. You just might feel spent, like you need, a break. And thank goodness the weekend is there for that. So let's look at this again, my friends, the air signs. You start off really well with that dynamic, magnetic, enthusiastic personality. You'll be able to showcase your talents and your abilities, and people are attracted to you. They're attracted to that. But you have to be careful that, you don't sabotage yourself by being too aggressive or by being too pushy or perhaps by even, kind of quitting before you even get started. Give yourself a chance here because it looks like everything is on your side. Except for those maybe I feel in the financial realm. You're going to have to be careful, and make sure that any contracts that you sign, any negotiations you're involved in, any real estate transactions, that everything is on the up and up into your, benefit, because it might be slanted to benefit others and not you. And ultimately, by week's end, whatever the case may be, I feel that a lot of energy is being expended this week by you air signs, and you're going to need that weekend to kind of refresh yourselves. So do something fun or do something very relaxing on the weekend. That would be my advice for you air signs. All right. Hey, fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading's for you for the week ahead. This reading's for me. Let's get a fire. Let's light a fire under our butts and get moving this week. Get things done. What do you say? All right. Boy, your focus for the week ahead, fire signs, is, the Aries card. The Emperor. Woohoo. Must be my energy here channeling into that. Sorry, but not sorry. Because we like to start off with the Emperor here because it shows that we are in control. We are able to pull things together this week, lead teams successfully, lead our peers and coworkers, give them sound advice, and be sort of a fatherly influence. This card is not about power and authority in the very autocratic sense. This is basically somebody who really looks after his people. And so do that, be supportive of the people around you who need your help and guidance right now and lead. And it should pay off for you. You will be in a much better position. And it looks like you're starting off in a position of power this week, fire signs. So how best can you prepare for that focus? How about with with my favorite card in the tarot, the Hermit? Wow, it's almost as if I stacked this deck, huh? But I did not. You saw me shuffle. So and there's two major arcana cards here, so that's rather significant. And I feel fire signs that, this is a time to really go inward, to seek out wisdom and knowledge that might help you, with your leadership skills this week. Don't be afraid to talk to peers, people at your level, and get advice on how to manage and lead, appropriately. This does seem to be, so far, a reading that's really focused on leadership right now and wisdom, and the wisdom that comes out of solid leadership. So I think you go within, you take a step back, and you sort things out. You sort out what you're going to tell your your team, whether it's a financial team, whether it's peers or people who work under you, what they're going to do this week to be successful. Wow, this is an interesting thing. So what about people this week? Cooperation or conflict? Well, how about the same scenario for you fire signs? Here's the Hanged Man reversed. Well, I have to think about this one a little bit. I almost wonder here, well, I almost do think it's a little bit of the same thing here. You got to make sure that, you are the emperor here. You are guiding the ship. And so you got to make sure everybody is on board and not looking out for themselves here and kind of just, I don't know, jockeying for position, in the company and trying to get brownie points. This is a team effort and you're leading a team. Make sure nobody's individual egos are upsetting the apple cart here. Be aware that that could be a problem this week. People are maybe not willing to sacrifice and, carry out some of the things that you would like to see accomplished this week. So ultimately, will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you, fire signs? Well, it's another, they're all major arcana cards. So this could be a very momentous week for you fire signs. But look, it's strength reversed here. So what exactly does that mean? Well, I kind of get the feeling that this is going to be a lot on how you lead and manage yourself this week, fire signs. You don't want to be the tyrannical leader who's pushing people around. But sometimes when strength is reversed, it is saying you have to apply some pressure. So, we'll go over this again and see how that comes into play. I can see it directly coming into play here. So let's talk about this again, fire signs. The Emperor is here, and I feel that this is a week where you will be leading and you will be really taking the lead on the things that you want to get done and accomplished, and leading others in what you expect from them. For example, the type of things you want your financial advisors to work on, the things you want your coworkers or peers to collaborate with you with, and also to delegate to others, and also to be that person who gives positive feedback and advice to those who are working for you. And you need to tap a higher power, a higher source of knowledge within yourself, or perhaps, some of your experts in the field to, and who are leaders at your level to get, maybe some advice on where to take things next or how to accomplish what you want to accomplish. The Hanged Man reversed is indicating to me that there may be those who are just not willing to make some sacrifices to do what it is you want. Perhaps they had another agenda in mind and they're not willing to buy in on this. So ultimately, I feel like you might have to put a little bit of pressure there. I'm not talking brass knuckles pressure, but I am talking about, making sure that they understand, their role here and their expectations, what your expectations are. So make sure that you make it clear and stand up for for what you want to get accomplished. And then maybe you will gain by week's end. Seems a little bit up in the air on this one, fire signs. So good luck with that. Wow, all major arcana. It was very interesting. Hey, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Let's get the cash raining down on you this week. All right. I'm going to give it one more. There. Okay. And hey, look at me. I've got some Aries water here. Red. It's still Aries season. Cranberry juice and water. Refreshing. All right. Hey, your focus for the week ahead, water, is water. The Six of Swords. Hey, you're going on a boat ride. No, I think that basically maybe, this is indicating that this week is going to be kind of smooth sailing. Well, you're leaving some rough waters behind, that last week, whatever may have occurred in the last week, you're leaving it all behind and moving in a more positive, more calmer, less turbulent financial and material direction. Sounds awfully good to me. Well, how best can you prepare for that focus? We have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is reversed here. And either way the Four of Wands appears, it's really a party, in a way. I think the Four of Wands reversed in this case, though, is indicating to me that the best way to prepare for this focus is to make sure that you've checked off all the little simple things on your list that need to be done. Or also another thing is to make sure that, if you want smooth sailing in the week ahead, how about we not make things harder than they really are? Sometimes we have a tendency to complicate things, Let's say we're learning a new procedure or something. We kind of muddle and get stuck. Look for the easiest ways through things this week. Things that will simplify your work and, make things a lot smoother. Well, it's another, I tried to shuffle this deck really good. It's another repeat card, but this time it's this one, the Hermit. So it's interesting to me that it comes up in the position where we had, duplicate cards before, the Hanged Man. The Hermit in the position here with people indicates to me that, you might be seeking out advice this week. It would be good to do. Maybe choose to ensure that your path is going in the right direction and that everything is going to be smooth, especially in these turbulent times with the stock market and, all the various financial things that are going on right now. You might want to seek out some advice and wisdom and knowledge from others who may have it for you. You, in fact, may want to yourself, share some of that knowledge with the colleagues and people around you. So that would be very important as well. This is about a sharing of knowledge, and because of where it's appeared, I keep thinking it's somebody sharing with you. But oftentimes when the Hermit's reversed, it's about you coming back out of the cave and sharing your wisdom and knowledge with others now. So, but I'm sensing more the other way on this one, unless let's see what this final card says. So will there be forward or backward movement or no movement at all? It's the Hanged Man again. So the Hanged Man is here again, and the Hanged Man this time is upright, which I think is kind of important. The Hanged Man is saying, By week's end, it's time to take some steps back and get a fresh perspective on things. Get a broader perspective on things. This might mean pulling in some wisdom from other people who can help you analyze things more. For example, if you're thinking about a system change or workflows changing amongst your staff, you might want to, bring in outside consultants to help you with this. So let's take a look at all of this again in context together. I feel here, maybe now as I look at the Six of Swords, you are starting your week off, water signs, thinking, how can I make my life easier? What can make my life smoother right now? What can make my financial affairs flow more swiftly towards, towards earning a profit? What can I do to make job procedures easier? How can I make things easier on me in my work life? Well, I think the Four of Wands kind of magnifies that by saying, look at these things and find the simplest approach. Sometimes we tend to try to, do things the hard way. And this is saying, hey, simplify, simplify, simplify. So little things. And it also might involve some little things you may have missed. So check for the little things that, sometimes we overlook. Seek outside consultants if you need it to help you. Whether this is a transition at work, or if you're trying to learn a new skill or whatever, you can see here that it just seems as though beyond this trying to find the simplest approach, there may be some learning involved, or there may be some retooling involved, and other people might be able to see things that you may not be able to see, some of those smaller details or points. And ultimately, the final result is that, you're still going to be looking at this and trying to take a broader perspective on how can there be less turbulence in my financial affairs, in my work life, leading my teams or managing, or even perhaps if you're a student, maybe this is about switching directions to a different course of study that really is more up your alley. So think about how these cards can affect you, water signs, in the week ahead. And we're on our friends, the earth signs now. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Now that spring is here and the earth is turning green again, maybe your wallets will too. I hope so. All right. One more. All right. Your focus for the week ahead. Oh, boo, earth signs, it's the King of Wands. The King of Wands is reversed. Well, it seems as though you're kind of abdicating your responsibilities this week. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like to me. There's a little bit of slacking off going on, a kind of, do I have to do this mentality? I just don't think you're with it. And I think others around you may feel that, you're trying to maybe push off some work on them that you should be taking care of and managing yourself. I just have and also be wary here too with this king that you are not being overly aggressive in your approach to people this week, because it won't go over well. It will look like you're just mean. All right. Well, how best can you prepare for that focus? The repeat from the last reading, the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is upright again. And so how best can you prepare for this focus? Well, By being calmer, first off, by being calmer, and not all of this tense energy. Look for ways that, can cut yourself some slack, I think is basically the idea here. And also, I'm thinking, when I look at these two cards, I'm thinking to myself, if you're not happy with your conditions at work, it's time to make a move or make a change away from conditions that are not working, no matter how comfortable, it's been to operate in that manner, and try something different now. Something different that will make things flow smoother. So what about people this week? Will there be cooperation or conflict? Well, I could look at this two ways for you earth signs. I could look, and it's such an earthy card. I love this card. The Nine of Pentacles. So I think, there's two ways I could look at this. You might be able to blaze your own trail, and, because really, materially, you're doing pretty well right now. You could just kind of stick to yourself, or there's this possibility, I feel, that there are others out there who might be looking at your financial situation and saying, hey, maybe there's not much we need to do right now. And they're telling you that things are pretty comfortable and that you should stay the course, stay where you are. So it's interesting because we got this kind of push-pull here to kind of make a move, and others around you may be thinking, oh no, let's not upset this apple cart because, hey, rewards are coming in, money is looking good. So will it be forward or backward movement or no movement at all for you this week? Wow, so you end with the Queen of Swords. And I think that's interesting considering these other cards. It's almost as if, hey, you've got a decision to make. And, your financial well-being may be, somewhat at stake here. So let's take a look at this again. Be careful this week not to be too overly aggressive and not to be too pushy with others. And also try not to pawn off your work on others. I mean, do your fair share. This isn't about, shirking your responsibilities this week and being lazy, because you need to find you're looking towards, how can I make things easier or smoother in my financial affairs? How can I make things flow smoother? How can the profits and, expenditures all fall into alignment, in a comfortable manner? And if it means leaving something behind, like I said, some procedures or whatever that have been comfortable for you, but maybe have not been bringing in, like, maybe like profit margins are flat now. They're okay, but they're not going up. Maybe it's time to set a new course. And that's where people come in this week. And people might be advising you that, really, everything is fine right now. Maybe we should stay safe and secure where we are. And ultimately, that leaves you by week's end with a decision to make. What are you going to do? Are you going to take that chance and swim to possibly calmer shores? Or are you going to hold the course, which is comfortable, but maybe there could be more profits, more benefits, whatever you are working towards, a better job opportunity? Choice is yours, earth signs. Good luck with that. Wow. Well, that wraps up our readings for this week. I just want to remind everybody to watch Mr. O's shows, which are his famous Goth Tarot show, where you can define the shadow side of your life. And it is on at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you. And do catch that, because it can uncover some of the pitfalls, that we may face in other aspects of our lives, whether material or emotional, which brings about my, I lost my train of thought, Mr. O. Which brings about my promo for Mr. O's Friday show, his Emotional Exchanges, which is at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday morning. Do check it out so you can find out about the emotional side of life. And finally, Let's all, by week's end, after a rough week, don't we all want a happy hour? Well, you can have one. If you come to our show every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, guarantee we'll leave you with a happy message for the week ahead. So don't forget our live streams twice weekly, Sundays 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursdays 7 to 9 p.m., where we'll give you a more enhanced reading for whatever question you need advice on. So until next week, everybody, have a profitable week ahead. Smooth sailing, I hope. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.